Next, we have John Bonapane of the USW Gas Workers Union.
Welcome.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I know most everybody here probably knows what's going on. I'm actually proud to say I did live in Malden for some period of time. Malden and the people of Malden, especially the people responsible for the citizens of Malden, have been really out front on the issue I want to talk about. It's about public safety, and it's about the safety of the citizens in Malden and in Massachusetts. On June 25th, National Grid locked out over 1,200 experienced gas workers, even though we offered to extend our collective bargaining agreement and continue to work while the unions bargain with the company. We've been locked out for 12 weeks now. The company cut the employees' health care within a week of the lockout, and it's been a real struggle for our employees personally, as you can imagine, and their families. They replaced us with many people who don't have nearly the experience that we have. We have years in the field, including myself. I'm a field worker. I'm not a full-time union representative. I actually work in the field when we're at work. The union job is part-time, now it's full-time, but many of our people have years of experience servicing the gas system, especially in Malden. We actually have two facilities in Malden, one on Medford Street, one on Commercial Street. I've been at Commercial Street for 30 years. And we really have a personal investment in this city. And we really appreciate that the people of Malden, all the support that we've gotten, not only on the issues of safety, but the situation that we're in. I'm here to talk about a moratorium, and I know Malden has passed an unofficial moratorium on any new or replacement gas projects in the city. But we obviously think an official resolution is needed. Over 24 cities and towns have passed some type of moratorium to prevent National Grid from doing any unnecessary work in their communities. We have over 100 complaints that we filed with the Department of Public Utilities about what we think is unsafe activity by replacement workers and crews. They're investigating. Today, I can say that the Attorney General, Maura Healey, wrote a very strong letter demanding a complete investigation into how National Grid is operating during the lockout, number of safety issues, and not only that, the cost of this lockout. This lockout is costing millions of dollars, and the Attorney General is concerned, as we are too, that these costs will be passed on to the ratepayers and not the shareholders who should be paying for this. We have over 10 complaints with OSHA about unsafe activities that we actually have documented with video and photographs. And we have one complaint with the Federal Pipeline Hazardous Material Administration. So we have a number of concerns. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. If you need any more information, I'd be more than happy to get the information. But we really think that you should take a serious look at an official resolution. And again, I want to thank everyone for the support. It's meant a lot. As I said, at one time I did live in Malden. I've spent more time in Malden probably in my house. For the number of hours I've worked in the city. We have members here tonight with us that live in Malden and that work in Malden, and I can tell you they all really appreciate the support. But the resolution really isn't about that. It's about the safety of the citizens of Malden. And we know that we care because, again, Malden was out front on this from the beginning. So thank you.
Thank you, John. I'd like for the National Grid workers to stand up to be recognized. Thank you for being here tonight, gentlemen.
thank you, sir, for coming to speak. Oh, no, you don't have to come back up. It's all right. I just want to say thank you, sir, for coming to speak. I know it can't be easy to get up and talk in front of everybody, especially since you do work and not talk for a living. As you mentioned, we thank you for that. Safety is absolutely paramount, our first consideration, but I do also want to add that, for almost a century, organized labor has helped not only the folks in those trades, but our entire workforce have better conditions, and so I think it's the right thing to do to support all you folks in what you're doing, and just asking for to be treated with dignity and the right kind of conditions. To not only lock you out, but to cut your health care a week after that, that affects not just you yourself, but your family. I just find that an unacceptable tactic on their part. So I, for one, wholeheartedly support this resolution.
Thank you, Councilor Cannell. Councilor O'Malley.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you to the National Grid workers for coming out tonight. I want to bat home because I think there's been some confusion that this is a lockout, this is not a strike. This was not by any means caused by the workers. This was a decision by a foreign corporation that controls our energy system. They are making tons of profit off of the ratepayers. They're taking advantage of their workers. They're taking advantage of our community and our residents and our neighbors. And it needs to end. This hit close to home on Main Street on July 20th this year, outside of Dairy Delight, where I met some of the workers, where there was an incident because of an alleged mismarking by some of the temporary workers during some of the work that we've been doing on Main Street to replace water lines. It's not acceptable. We need trained professionals to be doing this gas work. It's impacted in many areas of the city as we have road projects going on. And it is costing the ratepayers millions of dollars. All of the details that you see at the multiple locations, this is coming out of the pockets of all the residents. It's not acceptable. So I also support the resolution, and I look forward to National Grid taking the high road and ending this lockout.
Thank you, Councilor O'Malley. Councilor Winslow.
Yes, I appreciate the President and the workers coming out tonight. I know, for folks of the public, every time you might have a hot shower, or in the wintertime, turn on your heat, it's these National Grid gas workers that are making sure that happens. If gas is not delivered properly and the services are not installed properly, that's a big hazard to our city. And so I think it's important that we have workers who are fighting for the safety. It's important that they have the ability to make safety first. And so that is why I am also supporting their efforts and this resolution. We should not have work going on by inexperienced workers that pose a safety risk to our residents.
Thank you, Councilor Winslow. Councilor Murphy.
Thank you, Madam President. I know this has to be a horrible struggle for you and your families, and I hope that this does end soon. And that is one of the questions that I would like to ask Mr. Bonapane, and I don't know if you have any input that you can give us on how any of the negotiations are going. We really don't hear very much, and I'm just curious if there's any movement.
So we probably met once a week since the lockout began, and at every meeting, very early after the lockout, the company said, we're not changing our final offer, we're not changing our position. So that obviously, that's unfortunate. You can't bargain fairly when someone takes that type of position, and they haven't modified it at all. So we're meeting again Thursday. Obviously, we're always hopeful, but we have to bear in mind we just don't know what they're doing. It's very unusual for a company that's making billions of dollars to want to take this type of tactic, especially where in the past they've always extended the contract and we've come to an agreement. So now they're really, as the gentleman said, that it's shameful what they're doing, the tactics they use, and they're trying to pressure the employees and their families too, into accepting an offer that was overwhelmingly rejected by the membership. So.
Well, want to thank you and all of the workers and all the union members, because for some folks who have been in business for 30 years and maybe are ready to retire, they wouldn't be looking out for their fellow brothers and taking the hard stand and the pain and hurt and financial pain that you folks have taken to make sure that the future of our workers continues to have decent benefits and good working environment.
I
So
appreciate it.
thank you very much, and thank you for coming in, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Murphy. We have another Councilor Anderson.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Mr. Parpane, what else can we do? You know, we have National Grid representatives that come before us for these petitions, and we're dealing with that with the resolve. You know, your workers are our friends and our neighbors. We are concerned about the safety just like everyone else. So I guess I'd reach back out to you and say, is there something else that you would suggest that we could do on your behalf?
Sure. You could absolutely reach out to the company.
Okay.
Marcy Reed is the president of Massachusetts, but we don't believe that she's alone in these decisions. This company is based in the United Kingdom. John Pettigrew is the CEO. Someone reaching out to him, I'm sure he'll listen. And Governor Baker, we think Governor Baker should be more involved with what's going on at the Department of Public Utilities. And yeah, I'd say if you're talking to anybody from National Grid, please, convey what you did tonight.
So
it will make a difference.
Is the legislature or is the governor's office, are they?
So they are, we actually met with them today. We gave them some information about the safety issues, and they're going to take it back and look into it. So they are looking into it.
I guess I'm asking beyond the safety. I understand the safety issues. I'm asking for equity on the basis of equity. We've got you've got union members who are out of work. You know, we've got consumers who consume this gas from National Grid. And how do we get, what is it? I guess I'm looking for what the state delegation and the governor's office and we as a municipal body can do to apply the kind of pressure beyond what's being happened.
So one thing I could say you could do is that the Attorney General is asking for a complete investigation.
Okay.
You can support her because that's just not, something that's going to happen. People are going to have to make decisions to make that happen.
Okay.
So if people like the governor and the DPU are hearing from the city and town officials about that, I don't think that would hurt.
Thank you.
I think that would be helpful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Crowe.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't want to repeat everything all my fellow council have said, but just want to thank you for coming out here and really being so strong as a group to protect the community and your fellow workers. And I think it does really come down to the safety, because it is it's a concern that when there's an emergency, I want to get the least, the people that know the least amount how to deal with this emergency, which really could be catastrophic. And a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, when there was they shut down Route 1 near where the old hilltop was because of the strong gas smell. My first thought was they're going to be sending out people that don't know how to deal with an emergency like that, and that is a concern. And really, I had lots of conversations with I represent Ward 1 with both locations that are currently both National Grid locations. And this year we were doing a lot of road work, and because of the lockout, that road work is stalled because the National Grid didn't do their part, and we have this whole issue. So again, when I'm trying to talk to some of those people, this affects them, not only as Council Windsor said, when you turn the water on, things are wrong in the house, but I can't get the streets done. We're gonna, winter will be coming soon. We have other roads that we want to move on. This really is a concern, and as we're trying to improve the community, this really puts a stoppage on a lot of that. hope that National Grid does give people's calls for a fair and honest negotiations, and hope you prevail and get back to us soon.
Thank you, Councilor Cohen, and thank you, John, for coming in front of us. Just so you know, we do have a resolve drafted for later on in the meeting to move forward and pass, so.
Thank you.
Okay, the next is a resolve that the City of Malden urge National Grid to end the lockout of its gas workers so that the gas line inspection service and repairs may continue to be performed by quality and properly trained employees. And be further resolved that the City Council of the City of Malden urge National Grid to agree to a fair and technical contract that provides for competitive wages, benefits, commensurate with the technical skills and qualifications possessed by the members of the United Steelworkers District 4 Local 10212-4 Boston Gas Workers Union. And be it further resolved that the City of Malden continue to provide heightened scrutiny and safety inspections and monitoring of all National Grid work being done. That the City of Malden continue to cease the issuance of permits for non-emergency gas construction projects to National Grid during the lockout of the workers.
Thank you, Clerk. And just for a point of information, that was sponsored by me, myself, and Councilor Winslow, apologize. And many of us have been walking with our National Grid workers and seeing what they've gone through in the heat and through the summer, and now 12 weeks now. So I do hope that, and I would certainly appreciate your support on this resolve. And the packet of its entirety is in your file. So before we take a vote, I will welcome any questions. Councilor O'Malley. Thank you.
Since the council president cannot make a motion, I'll make a motion on your behalf to approve.
Thank you. So we'll do a roll call vote on this as well, Clerk.
Be sure you get all the questions.
Do we get a roll call?
Okay. Councilor Anderson?
Yes.
Councilor Camel?
Yes.
Councilor Condon?
Yes.
Councilor Crowe?
Yes.
Councilor Matheson?
Yes.
Councilor Murphy?
Yes.
Councilor O'Malley? Councilor Seeger? Councilor Spatafora? Councilor Winslow?
Yes.
Council President Di Maria?
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass around, Ben, our assistant clerk, will pass around that for your signature, and we'll get that going. Thank you.